right. Looks like everything's working. Welcome back, everyone. J-Bone here for Smash This Podcast. Coming at you live late on a Tuesday evening. I missed last week's, so we're getting a combo deal tonight. We are quickly going to review 10 and then get into this past weekend's episode number 11. This one goes to 11. Some Ring Warriors action catching up here. Let's see here. Episode number 10 starts out with the Slambinos with Glenn Gilberti going up against the 1%. Man, this tag division has been crazy since day one. And 1% are certainly the hungrier of the two teams here going into this. Slambinos, I mean, all the teams got a really rough start with this show. Really. Especially with the Prophecy running around, attacking everyone, DQing all the matches. You know, it's been a hot mess, but it's been entertaining. 1% comes out with a win here, but Reverend Nelson's Prophecy comes in and attacks both teams after the match. Crazy. Someone needs to get control of these guys. We then see Damian Drake go up against Shogun Jones, who is also, who's also in number 11. Damian Drake coming out with the win here. Decent match. Two very different size gentlemen. Damian Drake, obviously the smaller of the two. Wes Briscoe versus Martin Casaus in a decent match. Wes Briscoe getting a little momentum in this brand, coming out with a win here. Hammerstone, after the match, comes down and attacks both. Gives Martin Casaus the Nightmare Pendulum. Hammerstone was at ringside for this as well. Wes Briscoe won with a Briscoe bomb. And then for the main event of episode number 10, we had Eli Drake with the champ, Jeff Cobb, going up against Austin Aries, and Killer Cross. Eli Drake helping the team win in this one and actually pinned Austin Aries, giving Austin Aries his first official loss on the show. I believe it was his first loss. I'd have to go check that. I'm not sure. Excuse me. Then we jump to this week's episode. Ring Warriors episode number 11 starts out with a returning Shogun Jones and it also returning Owen Travers from a couple episodes ago. Both of these men coming off losses. So they both really need a win here if they plan to move forward, up the ladder, if you will. Owen Travers, short in stature. Shogun Jones, like I said, and against his match last week with Damian Drake, really towering over him. Shogun Jones comes out with a win here. Owen Travers, really a rough start in Ring Warriors. 2 losses in a row now. Shogun Jones really shining in. I mean, both people shined in this match. There was some really good wrestling in this show this week. Really good. I liked all the matches. Next, we have a debut of Heather Monroe versus Desi Dorada of Danger Inc. coming out with Allison Danger. Great women's match. Heather Monroe coming out with a win in her debut. Really throwing off Desi Dorada, making her tap out in the middle of the ring. Had her in a special kind of choke. It was, I can't think of what they call that one. Great match, though. Good for Heather Monroe, which was what she really needed because 2 weeks ago, she also made a debut on Impact Wrestling. Came out with a loss in that one. I believe she went up against Sue Young in that one. Interesting. 2 weeks in a row or almost 2 weeks in a row on television. And same arena. Interesting. Vegas really getting to know Heather Monroe. Like I said, she came out with a win here. Allison Danger Allison Danger also not coming out with a wig this time. A new kind of almost what do they call that? Neo-punk or like a retro kind of look. Interesting. Still dangerous at ringside, though. We next have a tag team match between the Slambinos coming out with Glenn Gilberti against the debuting Jay Spade and Douglas James. Slambinos finally getting a win. Great tag team action in this one, by the way. Like I said, Slambinos really needed a win here. They've been a bit of a joke of the tag division. And hopefully with this win, the tag division will maybe take them a little more seriously. We'll see. Next, we get a promo from someone who's been missing from Ring Warriors television for several weeks. Reverend Joseph E. Nelson. Reverend Nelson, where have you been? Need to get control of your boys. But as he's standing there with a mic, there's someone very sinister looking, someone very deranged looking. Turns around, and it's a debut of Sin Bodhi. Sin Bodhi. Have not seen him on wrestling television in a long time. Unless it's been on another brand that I'm not aware of. I remember the promos of him coming into the WWE, a decade ago? Has to be. Has to be that long ago. And I don't think he even got his debut. They just yanked him, let him go. I don't even know why. So Sin Bodhi making his debut on Ring Warriors television. Calls himself the Warlord of Weird. I can't wait to see what he does. Sounds like he's going to be kind of a leader for the Prophecy, in a sense. Man, but you put these three guys together, that is going to be a force to be reckoned with. That's going to be nuts. Then we get a great match between Chris Bay and Alex Chamberlain. Alex Chamberlain really bringing some old school wrestling to this match. A great match. And he wins it with I don't remember what he won his other matches with. It could have been a DDT. Maybe it was. But he won this match with a DDT. When's the last time you saw a match won with a DDT? I can't remember when. It's always maybe a modified DDT, like Dean Ambrose, but just a regular straight DDT. Wham! So refreshing to see that. Really, it is. It really is. Alex Chamberlain coming out with a win here against Chris Bay. Main event. Some great wrestling between Austin Aries and Wes Briscoe. Austin Aries begins the match by calling him out and puts him over like crazy and then sucker punches him. And that starts the match. Then Eli Drake comes out and really gets into Austin Aries' head. Just talking smack the whole time. It was great. Wes Briscoe, Oof, it's getting late. Excuse me. Wes Briscoe coming out with a win here. Figure 4 leg lock. Makes Austin Aries tap out. And Eli Drake just eating it up. I mean, he really got into Aries' head. He really did. Threw him off through the whole match. Aries couldn't focus for nothing. It was great. Wes Briscoe winning 2 weeks in a row. You got to think that's going to start putting him in the contender spot soon. Very over with the crowd, too. Great to see for Wes Briscoe. Good for him. Great to see him shine on a brand like this. It really is. Because it seemed like, he had some time and, he was down in Florida for FCW before it came NXT. Spent about a year in TNA with the Aces and Eights thing and versus Kurt Angle and all that. And that was okay. But then once Aces and Eights was done, that was it. Haven't seen him on TV since. Great to see him on TV again. It really is. So that's it for these 2 episodes. Catching up with Ring Warriors. Time for me to get some shut-eye. I am beat. We will see you tomorrow or whatever. I don't know if we're going to do anything Wednesday. Maybe we'll take it off. Who knows? Technically, it already is Wednesday, but we don't count that. When we wake up, it's Wednesday. Okay? So we'll see you guys down the road real soon. If you're digging the content, don't forget to smash that like button, smash that sub button, and it's getting cold out. It's getting cold out, folks, depending where you live, of course. There are t-shirts and sweatshirts for sale in the link below. Go pick yourself up one. Warm yourself up this holiday season. Let's smash this podcast. Do that for you. Okay? Have a good one. We'll see you down the road real soon.